Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with some more Planet Crafter goodness. We are heading in to our Toxicity DLC playthrough. We're going to be picking up where we left off. We had just returned from a huge adventure over there in the new parts of the map. We temporarily have turned off most of our machines so that we could enjoy and explore it before it changes, but putting them together will take no time at all again. We'll have enough to like triple or quadruple it, so this will only be a very minor setback. But yeah, I was gonna see what I've unlocked on the purification scale. See if I have some upgrades along that path. Because this thing is still plug and log even if the other ones aren't, so... Purification gel. Toxic areas information. Yeah, nothing that's gonna come up anytime soon. That's okay. Just felt like I would check. So what we're gonna do is basically collect all of our food that we have collected so far, bring it with us. We're going to bring enough water to last for a while from our supplies. We can make more out there. That's all the ice we got on us. Okie dokie. We are gonna start moseying our way back. We're gonna be done before you'd expect it. So this is here. So that way. My bad. Got a little disoriented just loading in. That's okay. We're on our journey. We'll take the little tram thing. That thing's fine. I guess if we see iron along the way, we'll pick it up. Oh, ice. Nice. A couple of free-standing things of ice. And 2 irons. Cool. And 3 irons. And 4 irons. No such thing as enough iron. Grab. Oh, titanium, titanium. Yep, we cleared out the ice. That's all I care about. Look at that. By delaying the terraformation, we also delayed what time this stuff gets deleted, so... In a way, we kind of accidentally planned around that. But we're on our way. We'll let this thing carry us into the sunset. So yeah, that little research center off to the right had a message I remember that we didn't check out in a little further cabin. So we'll go check those out before we continue cleaning up, but that's going to be the main goal. Now there are probably going to be some additional areas that unlock as we continue terraforming, but usually there's some big changes that happen down the road. Like maybe like trees grow and they lift up like parts of the environment. That's happened. And things like of that nature. Or maybe like an entire area of the ground will open up, like something will push through it. I have no idea what this is actually gonna bring. Like this, every one of the DLCs and main game progressions has been completely different. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Yeah, so our little thing is right there. We could hop out whenever we want. Just like that. And that one right there is right next to the return thing, so we could do that whenever we want. Hello, easy iron. You're in our pocket now. Okay. So we will slap our iron away. We will put our excess food in here for some amount. 2 of them's fine. Put our excess water. Put all of our water in here except for 2. And I think that's good. Actually, we can eat an eggplant. We'll chop off before we head out. Yep. So we need to get just enough supplies along the way to build another base somewhere. In case we end up doing that. It's fine. This has multiple functions to it. Like, by purposefully like leaving behind my stuff, I make myself look around a little bit. I also make myself slowly clean up the environment. So it's not just me like not bringing enough, it's intentional. And just piecemeal my way to cleaning the whole place up. These things are probably gonna look great as we go along. So that part is still toxic, but we are going to this corner over here. Dip-a-doodle in. Did we leave anything worth noting? Just a little bit of titanium. No big deal. These right here have aluminum in them. We're gonna carry those along. Those 2. Thing is, we brought enough supplies to build a base over here too, so we'll probably end up doing that for storage. Oh, this is actually not considered one I can dismantle. That's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna actually build a little base right here, just to have one over here so we don't have to go running around. Do I have enough to build a locker? I do not. Did you give me iron? You did give me iron. That works. Okay, let's slap the stuff in here we're not going to need. So we can't dismantle the fancier ones. So this is like a little model kit. I like that. Did we read this one? Your mission is to conduct advanced scientific research in order to develop a range of technologies that will enable the terraforming of entire planets by isolated individuals set independently to these planets. Oh boy, that doesn't sound familiar at all. These technologies must be unlocked in a specific order based on the progress made by the colonists in order to ensure their chances of success without unnecessary expense. Although this mission will be very complex to accomplish, you'll find everything you need on this planet, both in terms of equipment and human assistance. So this game just got extra meta. I like it. So this is the planet where they developed this whole system that we are living through. So I think that is actually genius. I love it. Let's clear our way to this corner. There may not be anything we need on this area, but these are heaters we could dismantle, I think. No? Nope, that's just a broken thing. This doesn't do anything. That actually opens up to the bottom. This is, I think, where we already were before with this message. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Thought so. And we already broke into these, and there was nothing too exciting in this. Yeah, I know. Blah, blah, blah. It's so unhappy with us. So yeah. It's cool. I like it. Let's pop in here for a second. Take our bearings. This section was broken in a way we could get in without breaking the door, but that's okay. It has a thing we can dismantle. don't think just doing that's going to do anything for us, but that's okay. So this... I'm just looking to see if there's anything hiding on top of stuff. So we didn't go in here at all. Fine. We're just going to dismantle the debris. So these are treasure chests, so I'm not going to open them this time. The double door. That's like so much iron, but we like iron, it's fine. Near our heater. Oh, this is just the room we were in. Okay. That's fine. We still have our iron on us. Whoa. Don't want to take damage. This is the bottom half of that rocket. Okay. So yeah, this was a launch platform at one point. We'll explore from the backside now. So maybe we even got brought here for processing before we got launched off, and maybe there was even a time lapse where we like drugged out of our brains and don't remember it happening. There's a lot of possibilities to what actually happened. So this is the bottom part of that rocket. Nice. Get around to that. I don't actually know that there's any point to being over here, but I'm looking at it. So what's interesting is that I think it's one of these rocks that we had, but these ones are covered in like flowers. So are all those rock things we found actually going to become like this? Because if so, I thought they were boring. They could become really beautiful. Look at this. I love it. Is that part of the terraforming meter? Is that what's changing them? If so, I like it. There's another model. This looks like the first planet's creatures. Water bottle. I'll take the water bottle. Are you another water bottle? I'll take water bottles. Make sure the doors are open. Huh. Interesting. So this is where they were experimenting on this stuff to make sure that the system worked. See, this has some stuff we didn't have. That's why I dismantled that one. So osmium we do, in fact, need. Oh, man. We're gonna have to come back. Our oxygen meter is running a little low. We can probably make it back there without too much trouble. Let's just book it. That was a little further than I expected, but we are doing it. Where is it? Ah, shit. We did it. Okay. So this is a little bit too much iron. I like holding our iron, but that's a little bit too much. Let's manage it down a little. Yeah, I'll admit that was a little close. I got mixed up on what looked like what. It's okay. So this was the little facility we were in. We went here and around. Let's come see what this... what's in here? T3 fertilizer, T3 mutagens. This is stuff we can't craft yet, by the way, so I'm gonna bring it with me. And here's another blueprint. Are we sure we can trust Sentinel Corp with this kind of research? I'm glad they're funding us, but I find it hard to believe their true motives. Who would want to go to a desert planet and try to terraform, all alone, no less? Their brief seems more interested in the economic aspect than in the well-being of these famous colonists. I'm not even sure we'll be able to develop the technology needed to terraform an entire planet anyway. Well, I got good news for you. You did manage to do it. I think that they killed you. I think you got silenced. I think this is very unfortunate for you. You developed the technology and then they murked you. So that would beg the question of who sent us to this planet, because then that would mean that someone is fighting against the cover-up. Right? So I got that because there's another little house over here that I want to look inside of, and I'm going to put a little hut over here. Just because I don't think it's easy to say I'd make it to the other one easily. So we're gonna dip into here, we're gonna see what's going on. Take some creative liberties with our flying. Kinda wish that the lighting would be a little nicer for us. Aluminum scraps are welcome. There's a lot of them. That's also a good thing. Trash? Trash? I'm gonna look around for more of these rocks everywhere and see if maybe, like, they've all changed too. So I'm just looking to see if there's anything up the top. Okay, let's get in. This one actually has some working stuff in it. Water. Cocoa. Huh. That's a rare food item that you don't get for until you get to, like, trading. It's an in-game thing. You can sit there. There's some stuff here. Another blueprint. I'll take a blueprint. That's another message. We'll read the big main message first. Legal release. I hereby consent to participate in the Planet Crafter program as the first colonist. I certify that I will do everything necessary to terraform the planet on which I land using the technology at my disposal and the resources available there. I understand that the condition of my current sentences have been modified accordingly. So this guy wrote the legal document that we live under. Spacesuit Blasto. So another spacesuit. We haven't gotten any, so we'll bring it with us. They all making me nervous. I see both sides as equally bad. I'm glad our research center is here, isolated from them all. I'm glad I chose to work on this program, but I would have preferred to work elsewhere, even though I understand now why they decided to make us work here. Huh. Well, I don't know where they're getting at, but it can only be good news. Bears for us. Don't see anything else in this corner. That was a little bit of an info dump. Got this. Let's pop in here and see what we got going on out there. So I think this is what we came here for, this data lore. And we got a bunch of aluminum and stuff. We got decent stuff in this corner and some items we can't craft yet. Including an osmium. We need osmium. But I didn't make that more obvious. Like, we need a lot of osmium. We have not found the place for osmium. This is considered a giant locker, by the way. I'm not going to open that. Seeing if there's something we do here. These are just terraformation rockets in different shapes of disreport pair, you see. I recognize them. This right here is another launch program. Because like this right here is a straight up launch platform. So I wonder if this was an accident or an intentional accident. Like this, it looks like kind of like their terraformation products actually ended up malfunctioning and killing them, if that makes sense. Like maybe like they mutated. Yeah, we did. No, that doesn't put it on. Okay. So yeah, we can probably eat one of these. Bring another iron with us. So there's lots of iron over here. We're gonna carry this out to the original little section because we have so much of it. Oh, is this what we already have on? We might already have that one on. Oh, you know what? It won't let me do it because I can't take my other one off. I think I'm already considered to be wearing one of them. So that lets you change what color your character is. I did turn off the expressions, but your default one is like a standard steel gray kind of nonsense. It's fine. This one's a little bit more festive. They're supposed to be show which company you're a part of, I think. What's this? Oh, you're just a big old flowers. Okay, that's cute. So these things were all like indented in the ground. They are rising up. So we are actually changing the way that these look. Or they're flowering. Maybe they just weren't flowered before. This is not the right one. Hey, we haven't had a regular meteor storm in a while. Yeah, let's start manipulating this a little bit. Let's drop off our blueprint. Oh, maybe the next one actually costs several. Is that the case? Huh. If so, interesting. Anyways, what can I do here? Oh, there's some room here. I could toss these in here. Okay, so we got a different problem. It's a solvable problem. Okay, we got plenty of iron. Yeah, if you need more storage, just pop it open, slap another one in. We got another one. Okay. Or did I misread what it said? Nope, we got an autocrafter. That's actually a good upgrade. Now we had a little bit of hard food right here. We're gonna nibble on that. We're gonna bring one of our waters. Cool. Because we're gonna use one shortly. Alright. Put this thing away. I think that those other ones were blossoming. I don't remember them being open and pink like that. Is that looking different too? I'm kind of psyching myself out here, maybe. Oh, I thought we lost these. They fell through. They actually blew off? Are you kidding me? How did I miss that? At least we know they also last between logging out. They didn't despawn. Now I see some ice. We'll enjoy the ice. Oh, hello there, guys. What do you got over here? Aluminum? Or was this a meteor thing? That can't be a meteor. That was too many aluminum in a row. Nah, I don't. It's not a loop. It wasn't what I. It just wasn't. I just refuse to believe it. We're gonna drop this stuff off. No, we'll keep up our policy. I'll keep picking it up along the way. So yeah, we're gonna clean up the toxic area over here. We are going to need to make a storage for the nonsense that we're gonna clean up there. So we're gonna keep an eye out for a couple of iron. Okay. So there are a lot of rocks around here that we haven't like looked around and climbed. Honestly, I'm gonna do a lot of that exploration later when there's no like oxygen limit too. We're actually probably getting close to that. As soon as we want to, I think maybe the next terraformation level fixes that, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just wishful thinking. So there's actually 2 areas to clean up right here, so I'm gonna kind of find an area between them. Put a little base. We'll clean out this region. I don't think... Nope. What was that? That is definitely not what I had in mind, game, and you know it. So this place has 23. We're gonna have to slip around it and find out where they're at. They're probably up and around on it, but we're flat. We're exploring. Definitely not being simple to see. There we go. I just need to see some of them, you know? And then it follows us to here. I guess this is also going to show us how to climb this tree thing. Is it a tree? We'll find out. So we're down several notches already on the thing. It's much less toxic to us, so yeah. It has an inside. I thought it would. Look at you. You're so cute. I guess we'll go down into the nook. That's interesting. We are gonna actually have to escape from this place. So that's interesting. So it's like a little hollow tree. It's not just a structure to climb. Okay. But we're gonna go back into it. We're going to explore it more fully. I don't know, like, I think climbing it first might be the better play. Oh well, or it's just right here. That's fine too. There we go. Now we can explore it without having to worry about the toxic part, at least. It makes it easier to see too. It's like a dead tree, right? Filled with growth. Fungal growth. So whatever those are, it looks pretty cool. There's a blue chest up here. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for something better than a blue chest. There's some pretty cool looking stuff up here. So we're gonna go deep. I swear I had my jetpack on. That's annoying. Yeah, there's a little lake under here with osmium. We need osmium. Okay. So yeah, coming over here was a good choice for the osmium alone. This is probably telling us that this is a place where we can mine it as well, if that wasn't obvious. So there's treasure. The real treasure is the osmium we found along the way. Okay. And we had to break our legs to get here, I guess. But, we did it. This leads to somewhere. We keep that in mind. Like, I think we can go through it just fine. We won't be able to see what's in it, though. That's its own problem. Let's see if we can't skedaddle out of this cave. Don't want to get so greedy that we die in a cave. That would be unfortunate. Get me around. Stuck on geometry. Let's look for some more iron as we go, because that's a problem already. So yeah, the only thing we haven't found is an actual aluminum mining spot. I mean, we've gotten a lot of aluminum along the way, but we haven't found an actual, like, place that it's on the ground naturally. This only has 9 pieces in it. Yeah, this is gonna be easy peasy. But we saw the high ones first, and that they were gonna be probably the annoying part. Yeah, so get us down here. We'll clean this up. We do have one giant area to clean up as well. It's that big facility. Huh. Well, here's toxic goo we're cleaning up that isn't even in a toxic area properly. This only has 13 in it, so I guess we'll clean this up real quick. Somehow all these mushrooms ended up all toxic too, so. Do another little hollow one. Much less impressive than the first one, but we won't judge. Unless it goes underground. I guess it could go underground. These hollow trees would make sense to have an underground portion. So... And there was that part of the other one that looked like it went underwater and we couldn't see. So, there's that. So these mushroom fields don't look like they were very well populated by people, so that's interesting to note. I'm gonna make sure we bring the osmium with us. Drink our water. We'll get supplies along the way. I don't know if we fully cleared out this corner. I'm gonna do a test to make sure that metal scraps are what I think they are. Iron and titanium. And these ones that are like barrels are magnesium. Okay. I thought maybe I could get away with that. It only took me most of this game, but I finally figured out how to tell the difference. What is with this little corner that goes up into this area? What's going on here? Oh. Okay, here's the uranium fields that we saw before. I'm gonna go to the side that's closer to where we're going, and we're gonna slap down another little base. Right around here. We're cleaning up town. Okay, let's look for some iron to put our stuff away while we do stuff. We'll also use it to store the sludge when we clean it up. Come on. Looking for landmarks in the distance. There does seem to be a place behind it too. Yep, this place doesn't have a lot to it. Good. I imagine one could make this a lot more difficult. There's probably much harder settings to play this on. Like maybe the toxic is just more dangerous. This is not really that especially dangerous. So you're a little different, you little knobby things. You can see it receding on the ground too, like this place does become normal as it goes. Your uranium scraps, huh? That's a new scrap. You sure that's not what's causing the toxic leak? Just saying. Okay. one more iron along the way and we can make another base. We're gonna want to have more iron for making another storage thing as well, so we've got that all settled. What's going on over here? Got these pipes. This little corner here. There might not be much in this corner, but we're looking at it. There might be something going on in this, but there might not be. You're not always meant to go on top of these things, so... Ooh, there's something going on down there, though. And that's the command center, I think. Okay, nothing going on here. You're aluminum scraps, though. More aluminum scraps. We don't have as much storage as I want. So it's all come full circle to that area. Good. That's what we wanted. We wanted it to like come to a head at this. So I think I'm gonna need to have like a plan going into this. Because this place is looks like it's not gonna be easy to get out of. We also don't have a ton of food, which is a different problem. So actually maybe I will leave this here. I will take a walk back to the original area. We'll drop off all this osmium and stuff. And we'll come back. Yeah, I think this flowering is kind of new. I think the plants growing back is part of the terraformation process. We did slow it, but we didn't stop it. The biggest part of what's been continuing to terraform was some of the the cleansing of the ground. So here's another little one we can cleanse on the way back. I didn't remember it was here. But we could check out this corner and work our way into that base. And that's why I went a little off-center here. I knew our base was a little bit off-center, so it's fine. So I can leave our water behind, because we'll need more water as we go. I can bring back the fancier stuff, like, you're just food. You're just food. Can't do anything with it. I think it's a recipe for some stuff we won't get forever, but I'm just gonna eat it, because I'm like that. We'll earn it legitimately next time. Yeah, there is some food over here, but it's our storage that's jacked. But we can get another round of food, so we can just bring all of our food over. Because, like, there's some that's grown. We're on our way. So yeah, that didn't even take the first hour, and we've cleaned up most of over there. And we got some materials we couldn't get otherwise. We found an osmium area. We gotta remember that underneath that tree has a toxic area that we're not gonna be able to really see underwater to explore until we cleanse it. So when we come over here to start cleansing the water, that'll be like a priority for me so that I can see under that water and see if it leads somewhere new. When we go back, we can see how much more areas need to be purified, so we can get an idea of how much more stuff we need to explore for. Because I imagine when that counter reaches 0, we've been to most of the places. I think we're well over halfway. There might be like underground sections we can't get to, but like my goal is to explore all the places we can currently reach. Look at you just being nice, and our inventory's full. Okay. That's fine. I think it's a little obvious, but I haven't used beacons this whole time. I don't really find them necessary. How we doing? 29%? How's our toxic looking? We've cleared about a quarter of the toxic goo, so there's a lot of areas we haven't been. We've cleaned 17 out of 32. So there's a lot. There must be a lot of underground stuff that we just can't reach. But we're plugging along. Okay. I was just looking at what unlocks. Don't mind me. So yeah, we're gonna come store away our excess super in here, our aluminum in here. We're gonna make another chest for osmium because we have quite a bit of it now, which is a good thing. It's a quality problem. And I'm gonna put the zeolite in here too because it's a little rare. So it's not gonna take up much room. We can put our excess little nuggets here. We got a spot for titanium sitting right here. Of course we don't. We can zip up here, slap it in one of these bad areas. I'll see if there's any upgrades that we could get that we haven't. We didn't get this. We couldn't make the gel before, but we can probably do it now. Do we have extra plastic kicking around? So we're going to need 2 plastic and a purification gel. Okay, that once. So we need to make extra capsules, so we are going to need to make 2 capsules. Let's see what we do have. Why did that sound weird out here? Something sounded weird. Okay. Maybe I imagined it. So we're gonna gather a little bit of these stuff. Just taking a little bit of an assessment on what's going on here. And we're gonna die of thirst. Oh, we have one. We don't have to make it. That's convenient. We can nom the eggplant. we can look at these, see what's going on. Okay. Well, we're gonna need one of these. Okay. What's the recipes? We need to get one of these going. So we're gonna need to do some... Actually, I think it's from not from this. I think it's actually from these battle areas. But we are gonna need to put a couple of the goos in there to get the plastics. So we don't need as many of these in there up front. We can put them in the back. Okay. So we got tungsten. So now we have a use for tungsten. Okay. Yeah. Haven't kicked around here much lately. It's gonna come see, like, if the plants have changed here as well, if that's what's happened. I do think these have opened up a little more. Maybe they're looking a little bit more pink and vibrant. Looking for any of those places that had the big fuzzy rocks, just like see if anything's different on them. Like if they're like now the same over here as they were on the other place. You gonna give me a sandstorm just to be annoying so I can't see? But yeah, it looks like they've flowered and stuff over here too, so that's definitely is a change. Nice, it does look nice. I'll admit that makes it look better than it did. I was worried they were just gonna be these weird, like, rocky nonsense things, but the fact that they're like flowering spores and stuff, that's actually really cool to me. I'm just killing time while it processes those, by the way. I'll bring back some stuff to base. So I was seeing if it was a phenomenon that was unique to over there, essentially. Nope, it's a terraformation level change. That's why I didn't want to advance the terraformation too much, because you get a different view of things if you do it later. I want to see the changes happen as they happen. See, that was one that mystified me and I loved it. Let's see if that finished. Yep, you sure did. So we needed a couple of these. We need 2 plastics. Now we have everything. This will help us clean up a little faster. Not strictly necessary, but it'll help a little bit. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna grab our supplies and mosey along. Back to that area. We're gonna finish it up as best we can. Making sure I grabbed everything I could. Got another helping of food. We are good to go for a bit. I see you over here. I was just kind of cruising. Happened to notice it as I was flying by. So I'm gonna kind of peek down here to see if any of this looks different than before. Like maybe the plants have opened up a little bit. Nope, it looked... Did you see what I mean? Like, it looked orange. I was like, huh, did it change? But no, it's not that different. It's just a rendering adventure. Okay. It's fine. Now, what I don't remember is if I actually explored the deeper part of this. So I'm going to actually peek in there. I know I cleansed it. I didn't look in the building that was behind that place either. I kind of just died and didn't go back. So I might peek in the back corners of this place first. But I noticed that these nodules are like growths all over the machinery, so I think something that they did caused a major fungal blossom that consumed the whole planet. Did I actually come back here? The heck I didn't, because like I did not get that. High quality food. Look at you. Algae. Blueprints. Cool. So yeah, I did not come back here. Don't see any messages, which is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for lore as much as anything. Nothing on top of here. How deep is this water? So there's stuff down here, but like it's not like it matters. And get us on top. Okay. There is oxygen in our little like collection thing right here, and I guess since we're here, we'll cleanse this area a bit. These things, we will give it one knock along the line. Let's put aside our things that we don't need right now. We will empty these out. Yep, and that's just enough storage for that. We're gonna go look at that area we did not look at before. We'll take ice. Quite a bit of ice in this corner, actually. Maybe this was a place you were supposed to find a lot of ice. Fair enough. We did it, we found it. This is where sulfur is though, so we gotta remember that this is a place for sulfur as well. Did we put a box in here? We put several boxes in here. What's going on in here? Got a couple of effigies, so that's cute. Okay. I got enough for now on ice. I actually highly suspect we've got plenty, so I'm gonna let it just do its own thing. Yeah, there's so much ice in this corner. Yeah, this place has a higher ice distribution for sure. I also kind of wanted to see like what else was going on in this section. Don't want to tell me how much it is. So yeah, so this is all connected. I was just making sure it wasn't a second area despite its size. I guess it makes sense that there's areas that you couldn't cleanse before, like they are deep inside, because they wouldn't want the game to be over too quickly from someone like me doing it this way. Good. I don't want it to be over quickly. I want to have a lot to explore. I want there to be another area I have to find. So here's lockers. But blueprints. I'll take blueprint. I was hoping there'd be lore, but can't have everything. Grab mushrooms. So we're gonna go back there, get our air. So we are actually carrying a bunch of things we don't need to be carrying either, so I'm gonna actually return back to the main base and drop those off, but I'll bring back some more ice. I know this was a bit of a sojourn, but you know, sometimes it happens. We have a whole planet to explore after all. Okay, we'll nibble on our water. Okay. Heck, we'll even nibble on a turnip. Oh, I had an extra iron, so I am going to actually upgrade this. Slap that in there, get out of here, get into this. Okay. So we've got 4 of the effigies already. I don't need this high quality food. I'll actually put these back in here so that I'm not holding on to them. Let us unlock that. We got a recycling machine. We got a bigger living compartment. So those are actually really nice, and we will definitely utilize them in an expansion project of this. Because this place will probably end up tearing down, or maybe we'll just leave it and make a better one somewhere else, because I do theorize we're going to be moving our stuff later. Let's make some water for the trip, so that we don't have to tax the supplies we have over there. There we go. We are going to mosey. on our way. Yeah, I'm not worried about the water purification stuff nearly as much because it's not really hindering our current exploration very much. That may change, but we can do that while we're actually actively terraforming the planet. So I'm actually suspecting that that area we're going to at the end of this little bit is that big spaceporty like research facility thing. That might lead to another underground area because that went down into a depression. So maybe it like dips back under the planet, and there's a lot more to explore because we've done about a third of the planet now. After we've cleared that area, because I'm counting how much is in that area to clean up. So we're currently at 571 if I remember. Out of 2,000 cleanup spots. So counting that little like lake in the place there, that's probably gonna dip us to over a third. And I actually expect that the last few areas are going to be extremely saturated, like maybe several hundred, instead of just that 150 we saw in that big area over there. So I think it won't be as many areas, but it did say that there were still 15 areas to cleanse, which does tell me that the other areas are going to be more dirty than the ones we've currently cleaned. So I think I am right on that. So yeah, we'll do the usual. We'll get more supplies for our base. As we might have to duck out of where we're going to clean. And also we should have enough to make another storage thing for that little lake we're going to be cleaning. Yeah, I don't think this is a very big one, but you know, it doesn't hurt. $37. It's a little bigger than I expected. That's fine. I guess it's another little uranium lake. Yeah, I don't think we have it in us to do it in one, so let's cut across this and we'll go around the lake the other way. We have mostly sorted it though. Slam a jam those in. We're gonna go this way. Look at you, hidden treasure. I'm sure this game also has hidden areas to it, but I haven't seen any sign of that yet. It's like the last time, planet, the Humble Planet, had like this weird cultist thing going on that had an option for like portals to another world. It was very interesting. They called it the Warden system or something. So there's a lot of weird lore in this game, but I love it. This game series. It's not series, but I mean, if you count the DLC as like being essentially a new game, then yeah, it is kind of a series. Look at that, all cleansed. Except for the sludge we're just gonna leave here. It's not harming anyone, I'm sure. Who doesn't mind a little sludge between friends? Okay, let's drop this off at that little base. It looks a lot nicer when it's not completely poisonous to be in the area. Yeah, we'll carry the last two with us. We're not gonna slap down another crate for 2 storage. You kidding me? We're gonna need enough crates where we're going anyway. So I know we made a place on the right. We're gonna make a place on the left. Like, we're gonna make several as we go along, because we're just not going to worry too much about it. And maybe going to the top of this is the better. Like, maybe we should go up and across this. So actually, now that I think about it, I might make a base right here and do just that. What do I not need to carry on me? 2 of these waters, this purified water, this ice, and that. Okay. We are good to go. Let's see how difficult to get around this is gonna be. So far, so good. Hi, mushroom. I'll pick you up. Yeah, it's not a real problem game. Oh. Okay. Good to know. We can also probably pull the base right here, so we're gonna do that as well. So we're gonna relocate this base we just did. That might seem dumb, but I forgot that it's actually pretty far to get in there. Yeah, sometimes you change your mind. In that case, because it's so big and there's a lot to do in there, I'm gonna get extra iron for storage and make like several storage things I go. Hey there. What do we got going on? Just air? I'll take it. The atmospheric events aren't really helping us. Oh, it's a regional thing. Okay. I thought it was because I was having another sandstorm. I'm sorry, game. I thought you were being mean to me. Okay, let's get up here. Let's mosey through. Let's see how far we can get to before P soups us into Poison Land. So right here. I think I can still get around this. Yeah, that's all that matters, is that I can get around it. Okay, let's clean up what we can reach. So this place is not the most heavily, but I think getting around it is going to be fairly obnoxious. Okay. At least the lower parts of it, but I could be wrong. It could not be so bad after all. Let's just get into it. That's one notch down. 20% less deadly to us. Let's see if we can get a second little nodule down quickly. Yeah, spirals down quite heavily. We want to not go too far, because we want to be able to get back up. Okay. So we gotta remember it's this one right here that we came down, so. I'll drop off what we just did. Okay. So we can clean up this corner. I'm gonna resist the temptation to clean up the scraps that are here and there and everywhere. Because I think this is like aluminum scrap, so it's the good stuff. Well, some of it is. Some of it is the smaller scraps, I guess. So we're down to... This is cute. Looking to see if it's pretty obvious which way it wants us to go. So I think we might have cleansed the upper levels, so I'm gonna go in deeper. I'm gonna hope that's the case. Nope, see one. Wouldn't want that to be the last bit that we hadn't gotten in this corner. So we're well done with half of this. Okay. I'm checking the purity before I go too much higher. I guess it's fine. We can do it. What does this do? That raises it. Oh. That's a problem. That's a problem. It's a problem. Get me up there. Okay. So there is stuff to clean up down there, but we will keep in mind that does that. That surprised me, I'm not gonna lie. The biggest thing is I just wasn't ready for that, so yeah. This probably takes us out of the toxic zone. It goes far enough, but we'll worry about that later. So these are actually good news for us. Those are nuclear reactors. So if we were to rebuild them, that would actually give us a lot of power. So yeah, we need to go deep to cleanse that area. Now, one thing that they didn't do at this that I kind of wish that they had was that the area of the poison should go down as you actually cleanse it, rather than just being less deadly. It should get smaller. Make it like a radial thing, like each knock down on that from like 0.5 to 0.4 reduces the size of it by like 20%. Or maybe make it so those goo areas actually have a radius around them and not just the entire toxic area. There were other ways to implement that I think might have been more sensible. Did that make sense? I'm trying to shave some time so we'll have an easier time with this section. Because we have to go pretty far down. I actually thought that the whole unit was rising up and we weren't going down originally. Because like even this time it tricked me a little bit, so that's why I started flying. I didn't trust it. Oh, there's a lot of mushrooms down here. That's cute. So this is probably just another elevator. I hope all the rest of the goo is down here. It seems likely. As I don't really want to go nitpickingly find like one piece of goo somewhere else. That'd be a little annoying. Nope, we did it. Good. It did what I wanted to. So this is a new message. Because this planet has no natural water cycle, we shouldn't have any problems with infiltration. As so often happens, to be on the safe side, we have to nevertheless install the filtration system. All we need to do is place a few purification fuses during the crevice in its cavities if there's ever a problem. So yeah, this is where you put power. So yes, there's some sort of a option for lowering the water in this area. So that's probably what we do, is we have to get to a certain tech level and then remove the water. We need to get our candy asses out of this crevice. Get us out of here. No. No. This sucks. We're probably gonna take a death here. I didn't realize this one went down. I wanted one that went up. See, the problem with the underwater areas is not that you can't breathe, it's that you can't build. So, there's no way to restore breath. Yeah, we have like no chance of getting back, so... Yep. But on the positive note is we can actually build down there now, so if we go get supplies, we can fix that. Since there's no real supplies in that crevice, I'm going to get enough to build several bases, actually. And I know we don't have whatever it wants to make that fuse. I think that's something we have to research or find in a different location. We can explore this place more fully. So that is probably what I wanted. I wanted it to open up and go somewhere, and it looks like that's what it wants to do, so that's cool. So I don't know if this is a section that we can get into from there. So I was wondering where this side actually ended up going. We will explore that more fully. That definitely goes somewhere we haven't been, though. I don't really want to commit to that without more planning. And there might be like one of those trains that takes us there, but we're not doing that the first time. Actually, there's no track for that, so that's definitely off the table. So that was the one our base is at, so our body was actually like... should have been down there, but I'm pretty sure this is our corpse right here. I'm just going to dip in here. I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to get our stuff back. Oh, it wasn't my body, but it has water in it. The rest of it is a little suit. So maybe our body is still on this little walkway. I thought that was weird. That chest just looked like it was out of place, so I thought it was the body chest. Yeah. We're going to drop off some stuff. There we go. So I don't think those are buildings we can get into, those corner ones, but I think this is one that connects through here, so we're going to explore that one at least. Don't think these crates do much for us overall, but this is some aluminum scraps, so aluminum scraps are good stuff. Metal scraps I don't care about. So they use a lot of super alloy in the tier 1 nuclear things. I would not make a tier 1 nuclear one. Go straight for tier 2. That one only uses 1 super alloy. So even if I was inclined to keep that sort of thing, it would not be the same one. So that's oxygen, oxygen, food. We don't have a cabin, like a little hut right here, so I'm gonna I do that just so that we can have somewhere to put stuff. Did I bring enough for a big one? I did. Okay. There's probably things to open up in there, so we're gonna have debris for our building probably. Let's explore as we go. Nice. No real offshoots yet. Aluminum. Can we build in this space? Well, not with this attitude. Electronic doesn't do it for us. Metal can give us some stuff. We need silicone, though. Oh, more osmium. We still need silicone to build a base, though. So this does lead to an area behind it. So yeah, as you can see, this place does open up. Dang, this planet is actually pretty big. So I'm now fully vindicated with my plans to call the terraformation, because there's too much to see. I want to see all of this. Sorry if it extends the length of this playthrough a little bit. I guess that could frustrate someone if they wanted to see it done as quickly as possible, but that was never my goal. My goal was to see what's going on, enjoy the process. This area is not too bad. We can probably clean this up pretty easy. If I'm gonna guess, this is probably just another little lake. But I can definitely say we made great progress this time, because we've basically opened up yet another big area. We found a second place to get osmium. There's got to be a place for aluminum. I don't believe there isn't. It's just not readily accessible early on. And doing this on like random spawn must be wild, because with all these areas, you don't know where you're gonna start. We'll dip up here. We'll see what we can do before we get toxiced out. Can I go straight up? Doesn't want me to. Because I wanted to get over the halfway point before that, so that we can make sure we have storage to finish it next time. There is more sludge on the side, but we should probably finish the middle section first. I'm also noting that we're not going to have enough storage in that one without another little bit, so we'll do that. We are going to have to turn around for more food, though. Like, we did use a lot of it exploring that mill spire. And I guess maybe I'll expand my food growers at home. Maybe that's the play. We have been kind of coming across that limitation, huh? Although I still say we have never run out of food. Just what we have on hand. Actually, this part is readily available. Let's clear this side. Changed my mind a little bit. Hoping the rest of it is on this middle spire. Well, I see more areas over there. I don't see any sign that that's where the toxic goo is. Cool. Where is the last nibbling bit? Huh. They don't usually do this. Not sure, I'll bite. I'll do a little fly around. It's gotta be somewhere. Oh, are you there? Did I just miss? Okay, I see it. Maybe I cleaned up most of it and thought it was gone. Or I just didn't see it from its angle. Okay, we sorted it. So this little lake is cute. How big of a lake are you? Not too big. How much dirty water is there? You're not gonna tell me? 200. That's a more That's more of a lake than I want to deal with for a little bit. Okay, so we got a nighttime event. That's cool. You can drop off the extra toxic stuff, pick up the good stuff. This probably leads also to that other one I was wondering about, that area that led down that we couldn't see into, so that's gonna solve that mystery that we were thinking about. Probably from a more approachable angle, we won't be outside of it. I haven't seen much in the way of resources though, so that's a bit unfortunate. Hopefully I can find some titanium while we're in here. 'Cause that's all we're missing is titanium. I think these metal scraps have it. Yes. So I'm going to dip back to the outskirts. I'm going to actually slap down a base right out here. Nope. Well, that comes after we build it, but so we'll have to get some more as we go through. Yeah, we're a little low on water as well. How big of a... I wasn't paying attention, so 150? This place is a process, it looks like. So we can start that process. Be on the lookout for iron as we go. get out of this. We didn't find iron, by the way, so that's a little unfortunate. So we will continue to be on the lookout for iron itself. I think this has iron in it, so we can dismantle that for iron. We got it down 1 nobule. So 1 nobule goes down at 10%. I'm going to look for the thresholds. This one is kind of hard to get around in, huh? Oof. Got our toes burned, but we got out. It's not being hard to clean up, but there is a lot to clean up. Let's get our butts out of here again. Okay. Well, that's like a third of it. It is actually getting easier to see, even though it wasn't obvious for a second. I was hoping to see some iron, because we're gonna need iron. That'll work. So I'm thinking 45 is where it's going to change over again. Let's see if I'm right. So that would be 30% for the second notch. Yep. So 10, 30. I wasn't guess the third one's at 50. Now that's a problem, actually. That is so far in. Oh, man. Here's the problem, is we've cleaned out this side of it. We might need to find another place to make a base inside of it. Like beyond it, on the other side or something. What do I need for a base? I need 1 more tungsten and a so this time, instead of cleansing it, I'm gonna try to like go out the side of it, but I need to look for another titanium along the way. I guess I can clean up as I go this way though, as I can reach this part. Got to keep a big eye on our toxicity meter. Yeah, let's go. Man, this section is a little rough to clean up. I won't lie. That'll justify putting down another one of these. So we need some more iron. I suppose if we knock down the meter even more, it'll be less of a problem. So I think 11 more bits of goo and it will actually go down to 0.2. This is the first one I felt like there's a real limitation on things. Speaking of limitations, there's been no like iron along the way. So that's a limitation. I don't think that these blue ones actually have iron. I think they only had cobalt and something else. I think we're 2 away from another notch decrease. So I'm gonna guess that the third one's at 70. I mean, the last decrease before getting rid of it is at 70%. I'm gonna see if I'm correct. Because I'm just curious about the breakthrough points. What makes this one a lot harder is it doesn't look like there's a lot of side areas to build in. That could be outside of the radiation ridge. Oh, here's some iron. There's probably more on top of that plateau, by the way. There we go, I was right. So probably the next one's at 70%. I know there's stuff on top of that, but I can actually just get rid of the easy stuff along the way here and keep an eye out for our meter. Get some easy iron along the way. We can build more storage for this nonsense. We're not going to let it defeat us. There we go. We are winning. So I don't actually see that many structures, but I do see a big thing up top. So that's interesting. There's like some like refinery stuff going on. I can dismantle this stuff that has iron in it. because that'll give us more storage. Okay, there's that. Don't see specifically more goo up here, but there is certainly stuff. So I see goo in the middle. Water's a problem we need to deal with immediately. So we are gonna actually bail on this part. In fact, I don't know if we're gonna make it back to the main area before we run out of water. We might have to take a death or two along the way. That's unfortunate. Can't believe I let my water run so low. But we are going to mosey our way back as best we can. It will refill our meter a little bit as we go, by the way, so it's not the worst. So we'll stop at the huts along the way. Just so that when we die, we'll respawn in like a closer area. We'll keep an eye out for things we do want to bring back. There's a chance we can make it back to the next one before this becomes a problem, and maybe I left water along the way. I don't think so. Ah, heck, if we're here, we're gonna grab osmium. We're gonna start taking debt, so we'll at least get something for it. I do not think I left water along this path. Yeah, so we got half our water back. Okay, yeah, there was no getting around that. Kinda wonder if this connects to somewhere on this side too. But we can go back and consolidate our stuff and bring back more supplies, because that's the thing, is we just used all our supplies up and I guess I was out of water that I'd brought with me, but we're also low on food in a general sense. Hello, game. Where's my stuff? Did I miss it? Did it punk me because I died in a doorway? Oh. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, so we don't have any food, but we do have water, so we can bring a water for the trip. But we can bring back most of what we found here. So I'm looking to see which directions they went in. So this is the one that we came in on. That leads to that toxic area we were at. That one leads somewhere we haven't gone. And that one's just busted. think that's the lake we just cleaned. So this one does lead to that little poison area like I thought. This one's just completely overgrown though. So where do you lead to? So maybe there is a middle area that we haven't seen. So maybe I'm wrong on where that goes. So that could be worth its own check. We've been doing a great job. We've actually cleansed most of the severely poisonous areas. So I don't actually think we need anything from this base. We're actually pretty full up on things to bring back, so there's no real point going there and obsessing over it. So we're just going to bring back what we're currently holding. Goodbye, area. We're on our way back to the original site. I think we are just gonna barely make it there. Not that we have to wait to drink, but like, I guess we can just do that now. But we're gonna make it plenty of time for food. Okay, so let's grab our food. We are going to actually extend this a little bit. So because we have actually emptied this, let us actually tear these apart. and move them. We're going to expand operations a bit as time goes on. That's those ones. We need to go figure out if we have more like recipes currently on us. So we'll eat the big one first. We will poke around in these chests to see what we currently have. I know there was other seeds we found that we didn't bring home, so we can go poke around our bases for that sort of stuff too. But there's some eggplant right here. So we can slap down a bunch of ones and just put eggplant in it for now. So let's see what that needs. Aluminum and iron and bottles of water. Okay. That should be easily done. We can just put them on the other side, because, like, keep it even. We're gonna have much more as time goes on, so don't worry about that. Okay, we're gonna slap these in here as a food supplement. We could have done this at any point, but might as well do it now. Cool. Well, awesome. I think we got a lot done on this particular adventure. We got our supplies in order. We're going to save it manually here. I'm going to call it a stream for a little bit. You take care. Bye-bye.